a look at the Nintendo Switch 2 video and talk about it a little bit. For a second, I thought that was it, and I was like, wow, it looks exactly the same. I'm assuming that's not it. If it is, that's crazy. Okay, no, yeah. Bigger. I actually already want to say one thing I don't like about it being bigger. I don't know if any of you guys agree with me. We'll wait till we see the full thing to say this point, though. USB-C port. Ooh, I do like that! The kickstand on the Switch I have right now, I find very, very flimsy. There's been a lot of incidents where it just fell over on me. Like if I bonk it or anything, this looks much more stable. I really appreciate that, especially where it's probably like $1 billion. I want to make sure that it doesn't fall over when I set it down somewhere. So I do appreciate that instead of a tiny little kickstand that jets out on one side, it's a full bottom stand. That is a big deal. Ooh, and it can recline! I mean, you'd have to be like literally doing push-ups over it to need this angle, but maybe if you play Switch while doing push-ups, this is the angle for you. Oh, the Joy-Cons are rounder. I wonder if they're more sturdy though. Oh no, don't tell me. Don't tell me this is the only spot where it connects. I don't like where this is going. I really don't like where this is going. Oh God. I already have trouble with my current one getting stuck and stuff. Like, I do not like that it's not slidey. It's like, there's this tiny little hole here. I hope that's for like something else other than connecting to the Switch. Anything else, please. Please. Oh God. I do like how the buttons look more durable. Maybe it's for stuff like Labo. Maybe it's not the slidey part. I hope. The Joy-Cons look clean. I do like them. Oh no! My fear! Guys, no! You don't understand how much of a problem this is. This is not a console that... Okay, let me just interrupt and share you a very important thing to know. Switches are not only purchased by adults. These are purchased by children. Have you guys ever seen a child? Have you ever seen a child biting or pulling on something just for the sake of it? Have you seen a child get impatient when something gets stuck and yank on it with all their might? Have you seen children push things in awkwardly at the wrong angles? Have you seen children break things that don't look like there's any fathomable way that it should be broken? Because this is a disaster for children. Oh no! That is going to snap right off. I don't care how durable it is. It's this tiny little thing jutting out. Kids are gonna find a way to break this. Like, that is not stable. The thing I liked about the other Joy-Cons is that sliding them in and out, it was really durable. Like, no matter how many times you have it, even if it gets stuck or whatever, it didn't really break. But this is gonna be like the new Joy-Con drift. This is going to snap off on people's Switches after a certain amount of time. I'm calling it. This is not going to be okay. Oh God. Children are gonna be snapping these things like Kit Kat bars? Yeah. Not to mention, like, rage gamers. Like, if you get mad, not that you should ever slam your Switch down, but I'm just saying, there's gonna be people who get mad and, like, slam their Switch on a table. If you slam your Switch on a table, this tiny connector thing is going to break. My only clause to say maybe, if this is silicone, if, like, the blue, I don't think it is, though, but if this is silicone, that might make it a little more stable around the edges, but there's still all this gap in between this thing and, oh God. Oh God. It's true, we might also get regular Joy-Con drift. Oh no! These Joy-Cons are just like, they're like, hey, you know the old Joy-Cons? You know how they break? What if we make them break more? That's kind of the impression I'm getting right now. As someone who's basically definitely going to get a Switch 2 and is excited to try one, and I'm excited to play it, I am still fearing for my life watching this video right now. Anyway, let's keep watching before I make my point about it being too big. Maybe it's magnetic. Maybe it's a magnetic port, and then it won't be as risky. If it's magnetic, then I can accept that. Maybe that's why it's snapping in so good. It looks like a Steam Deck. It fucking looks like a Steam Deck. Although it copied Switch, so I mean, whatever. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna talk about my point for a minute while we're here. With the full thing. So, I don't like playing the old Switch in handheld mode. Specifically because it is too big. Not the size necessarily, because the Joy-Cons are really tiny, like they're fine. But the weight is not good. The weight hurts my wrists. If I'm playing for a lot of hours or playing something with really intensive gameplay, it hurts my wrists. So, if this one is even bigger, how are they going to balance that out? Do I have to set it down with the stand? Or do I have to play in docked mode? Like, I can't imagine this being easier on my wrist. In fact, I can imagine myself not wanting to lift it at all ever. We'll keep watching for now. I wonder too if they haven't shown on the screen yet, but I wonder if like right up until this edge is all going to be screen that has the game. I wonder too, with a screen this big, I saw someone else talking about this recently, I think in the Discord, but it might have been somewhere else, I'm not sure. Kind of comparing the Switch to the 3DS in terms of portability. And I want to talk about a point. I have a screen protector on my Switch, so I'm not as worried. And of course you can get all those carry bags and stuff. But the reality is, these are a little more fragile unless you have like a massive case. Like for my phone, I have like a military grade case. So even if it falls, the screen is not going to be like touched or poked by anything on the ground because the case is massive. But for something like this, I feel like there's a lot more surface area on the screen that could get damaged if you drop it. I feel like this might end up being more fragile. I really hope they did a lot of drop tests because I'm a little concerned about that. But the thing I really liked about the 3DS, mind you, it was also fragile because if you drop it and the hinge came off, like you're fucked. But with these ones, I worry about the screen getting damaged very easily if you're taking it around a lot, like keeping it in your bag or whatever, unless you put it in a protective pouch, because the screen is so big. That's a lot more space that can be damaged. That's a lot more space that can be scratched. And right now, having it like this does not give me confidence that this is going to be the most portable console for like taking when traveling or going anywhere or whatever. I can see it being portable for like playing off your TV in your home, but it's not the type of thing I'd want to like take on my pocket in the bus or anything. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. Okay, so it isn't full screen. Interesting. The dock is round. Differentiate. Love to see it. 2025, which is this year. Okay, so plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games. Oh no, which makes sense, I guess. If they're making it more intense, I can see why some games probably won't be able to function on both systems. But that is a fear I was genuinely having. Like, if the Nintendo Switch 2 games could play on the Switch or not. Because a lot of people just got a Switch. Like, they don't necessarily want to have to upgrade to play the latest games. But the Switch hardware is also so limited that I very much understand that perhaps they want to make games that genuinely would not work on the Switch. And that I understand. I can understand it. It just kind of sucks But at the same time, I get it. I hope that stuff like visual novels will be made for both still, or even just the Switch, because they don't really need any of that newer hardware. But for some games that do, I think this is rather important. Yeah, I hope digital games from both can be accessed on it as well. I can't see them not doing that. But it can play, physical as well, which is nice. Because I know there were some worries that the cartridge might not fit, so it's good that the old cartridges still fit inside. But I am concerned where it says certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. It does make me wonder if that's a hardware reason, or if it's going to be ones that rely on Joy-Con extensions, because the Joy-Con is different. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to play Ring Fit unless they make a Ring Fit. Oh, imagine if they make Ring Fit 2. Holy shit, please make a Ring Fit 2. But, stuff like Ring Fit and Labo that very much require, like, certain connections for the Joy-Cons, I think those would be problems. But I hope that everything else ends up porting okay. I hope it's genuinely only stuff that has Joy-Con requirements. We'll see. They're gonna share the details for that later, so fingers crossed. Imagine someone buys Ring Fit for this and can't even play it. And there's gonna be a Direct in April! Let's go! I will watch it. I will watch it. It's probably gonna be the first Direct with like all titles from the Switch 2. Because we actually don't really know what exclusive stuff is coming out for the Switch 2. We haven't seen a lot regarding it because they've been keeping it kind of locked down. The only stuff we've really seen have been the leaks. But now, we've seen the real stuff. Possibly because of leak pressure, we don't actually know. But I don't think it's coming out for quite a while, so it's interesting that they did the announcement so early.